All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakak Wadash, Mama, double honors and others with GMS. Salutations to the sincere Aki and pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm the Kakarab Ban Yasharala, coming out of the Lions Den Cab, and today I'll be coming out with another little lesson. It's impromptu, so I don't really have a title for it. But without further ado, I'm going to get right into the scriptures. This is Sirach chapter 36, verse 1. It says, "Have mercy upon us, O Lord Yahweh, God of all, and behold us. And send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee." Now, I was reading it, and it's in the form of a prayer. Behold us. Basically, behold Yasharallah. Hear our prayer. Hear us. Hear the men, the men that sigh and cry. I should say. Because the Most High Yahweh, He's the God of all. Really. He's the God. He's the God of this. He's God, period. He's the power. Ain't no other power before Him. But verse 2, it says, "And send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee." Send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. Means show your power. Show who's in charge upon all the nations that seek not after, including Yasharallah. Because 2/3 of our people don't seek after the Most High. They don't care to know Him. So send the fear. Send fear and yes, show your power. Basically what this scripture is saying. Show your power. Send that fear. Let people know that you ain't no game. Let people know who really in charge. Let these nations know. These other heathen nations know as well. It says, "Lift up thy hand against the strange nations and let them see thy power." Lift this. This is a prayer basically. And the prayer is saying, lift up thy hand against the strange nations. Lift up this hand against these other nations and show these other nations, these other heathen nations, thy power. Who really in charge. Show that you are God alone. Verse 4, it says, "As thou wast sanctified in us before them," as thou wast sanctified in us, He was sanctified in Israel. Before them, before the nations, before these other nations, in the eyes of them. The Most High showed who He was dealing with and who He dealt with before the eyes of these other nations. So these other nations know who we are. They know we are Yasharallah, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They know this. That's why it's so much oppression to keep our people down. Because they know the Most High is going to move. Again, "Lift up thy hand up against the strange nations and let them see thy power." Verse 4, "As thou wast sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us." So be thou magnified, mean lifted up. Proven to show who the real God is. Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Before these other nations, in front of the face of Yasharallah. Verse 5, it says, "And let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no God but only thou, O Yahweh." And let these other nations know you as Yasharallah has known. That there is no other power, no other God, no other philosophy, doctrine, or belief, none but Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. That is it. All these other gods, they ain't nothing. They're graven images and they're made up false doctrines and beliefs. That's all it is. Verse 6, it says, "Show new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous work." The Most High is being asked to show signs, new signs, make other strange wonders, show people the truth. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, show thy power, show who in charge, that they may set forth wondrous works. Verse 7, "Raise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy." The Most High has been asked, raise up indignation. You already know the indignation is upon these other nations, especially the nation of Edom, the so-called white man, Esau. Indignation is upon him. Pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy. And that's what's going to happen to the nation of Edom. They're that adversary. These other nations are the enemy. Actually, yeah, Esau, he the enemy too. But these other nations are going to get punished for a time, but then after a while, the Most High going to be, okay, you've lived your punishment, you're done. But Esau, the so-called white man, it's a wrap. I'm going to read that verse one more time. Raise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary, take away Esau, take away the nation of Edom, and destroy the enemy. Put hell on these other heathen nations for being a confederate with Esau and oppressing the children of Israel. Make the time short. Remember the covenant. Let them declare thy wondrous work. Who is them? The ones that believe, the set aside, the sanctified ones, the ones that the Most High has set up. Make the time short. And let them declare, the men that the Most High set up, the teachers and the pastors according to the Most High's heart. Let them declare thy wondrous work, and that's what we do. We declare the wondrous works of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Point blank, period. And it's records of it. It's called the Bible. Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people. Esau, it seemed like he been escaping, getting by, getting round, but that ain't going to happen. It says, let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire. That rage of the fire is another word for destruction, indignation, wrath, punishment. And let them perish that oppress the people. Esau like to oppress the people. So guess what? He's going to perish. He tried to commit genocide upon the nation of Yasharallah, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So guess what? He tried to commit genocide. Genocide is going to be committed on him. The Most High going to wipe him out. And he's going to put hell on these other nations for being a confederate with him. But they're not going to be totally wiped off the earth. They're going into slavery up under the children of Israel. Esau is too, but the nation of Edom, Esau, they're going to be done for. They're going to be wiped out totally after 1,000 years of slavery. Because they want to commit genocide, so the Most High going to commit genocide on them. Verse 10, it says, smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen that say there is none but we. Smite and sunder, cut them in two, take them out of power. Show them that they ain't got nothing. Because, you know, they like to say, there ain't nobody but us. We the next rulers, or, you know, we gonna be the one. No. Smite and sunder, cut it down. Put hell on them. Verse 11, gather all the tribes of Jacob together, and inherit thou them, as from the beginning. Gather all the tribes of Jacob before them as 12 tribes of Israel. Jacob had 12 sons. The Most High is going to gather us back together and set us in the land where we come from. But he is going to do it. We can't do it. Yahweh Shai got to crack them skies, beam up the elect, and the 1/3 that believe. And then he's going to set our people back in the land that we come from. Point blank, period. Last point. O Lord Yahweh, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name, and upon Israel, whom thou hast named thy firstborn, Salakia. Have mercy. This is a request upon the people that are called by thy name. The so-called Latinos, Negroes, and Native Americans are called by the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, Yasharallah. Upon Israel, whom thou hast named thy firstborn. We are the chosen people of the Most High. The Most High chose us. So, just a little impromptu. I ain't want to be before you too long. But, the Most High is coming to get his people. And yes, he's going to have mercy on his people. He's going to have mercy on Yasharallah. He's going to have mercy on Jacob. And with that, shalom.